spotting errors for CDS and NDA English paper. So English में जो आते हैं questions for error spotting, these are something like this. You have to choose one part of the sentence that is wrong, and that is the option that you have to tick. Now many people get this a little challenging. क्यों हम लोग errors miss करते हैं? Because of the familiarity trap. While reading our own writing, brain already knows the intent. We already know इसका क्या है. There is no question of my failing in the exam. You're trying to say that I will not fail. So you often miss ki where is the mistake. So the main thing to solve this is to slow down. We are not supposed to rush in exam. Also, we have to read all these questions very slowly. Now I'll be going through all the step-by-step process, how to find the errors in this spotting the errors questions. First is subject and verb agreement. As we know, verb is an action on the table. यहाँ पे verb आ जाता है. Now this seems correct. The list of items are on the table. R क्यों है? Because of items. Items is a plural. R is also plural. But what is wrong here? Items is not the main subject. हम लोग subject को बहुत सोचते हैं कि it's near the verb on the table. Subject will be closer to the beginning. The list is the subject. So the whole verb has to be plural or singular. List is singular, so this will also be singular. Items, if the question was just items are on the table, then it's correct. List hai, you're talking about the list. This is secondary, this is primary. आप focus दोगे primary, which is the first one. Second is verb tense consistency. Throughout the sentence, there will be different verbs. Open is a verb here. Seize is a verb here. Now you have to make sure it's consistent with the tense. She opened the door, this is past. Sees a cat, that's present. So basically you're saying something that is not matching. आपको ये पूरा चीज पास में हो रहा है, so you have to write open the door and saw the cat. Something that happened before. If you have to do this into future tense, it will be she will open the door and might see a cat. Both of those will be future tense. Now the second, which people get confused, is for articles a and the. Now when do we use the for specific terms? A vowel sound. If there is a vowel sound, you will use an. अभी जैसे मैंने यहाँ बताया, I saw elephant at zoo. इसमें E is a vowel, A, E, I, O, U. So the correct will be I saw an elephant at the zoo. Now exceptions, obviously it's there. I wore a uniform to school. The reason, even though U is a vowel, it's called a because U sounds like Y-U. It sounds like a consonant. Specific agar kuch ho, let's say I am going to the mall. The mall is a very specific thing. So you will use a. If you don't know कि वो mall specific है, you can go to any mall. So you will say I am going to a mall. That's it. Next is prepositions. I will meet you in Monday at 5 p.m. This seems correct. But the thing is, Monday is a bit more narrow. Days, dates and all. तो वो हो जाएगा I will meet you on Monday. In हम कब use करेंगे when it's a bit more broader, say months. I will see you on the month of July. I will meet you on spring. I have met him on the year 2024. Or specific जाना हो, then you do at. For time or specific locations, that is when you use at. So you have to start from in, ज़्यादा broad है on, it becomes narrower, and lastly at for specific times and spots. Next is fragments. Sometimes कुछ sentence है, it's just a small part of a larger sentence, but it does not make sense because I was tired. This does not make sense. You have to write it, you have to add something, or you have to see what is wrong. I came late because I was tired. That's a full sentence. Other is run on. दो sentence को आपने ऐसे ही जोड़ दिया without any punctuation or any other add-ons. I was tired, I stayed home. So या तो आप punctuation दे सकते हो, or you can add I was tired so I stayed home. Punctuation अगर आपको देना हो, then it'll be I was tired, I stayed home. That's it. Now, lastly, some word pairs are very confusing. All of them sound the same. There, there. It's and its. Affect and effect. Then and than. अब you have to be familiar इन सबका क्या difference है. There, it means उनका. There, it's a place. I'm going there. And there is they are. जब ये punctuation होता है, that's a simplified form of this bigger word they are. It's ये question बहुत बार आता है, people get confused. This is a punctuation. उसका if you expand it, it becomes it is. It becomes possessive. Possessive means मेरा, आपका, etc. अभी इसमें बहुत लोग confuse हो जाते हैं. Affect and effect. ये क्या है? This is a noun. This is a verb. Affect is something that you are doing. आपने कुछ एक action किया, उसके वजह से affect हो रहा है. And effect is a result. आप ये करने के बाद ये होता है. Effect means you are affecting something. आप let's say you are damaging something, that is effect. और effect वो damaging करने के बाद क्या होता है? That place becomes dirty, that thing, climate, etc. That is effect. Then and than. ये भी time है. Than is comparison. She is taller than her brother. I will meet you, then I will go there. That's the main difference. Main thing you have to be careful about this punctuations. That's it. They are going to the store and it's going to rain. आपको ये अगर expand करो, it is going to the rain. If it makes sense, then it's correct. Abhi, if I have to compile this, whatever I have taught, first thing, make sure subject or verb agree कर रहा है. Second, verb. Verb के साथ tense match हो रहा है या नहीं. Third, articles. A and everything you have to make sure. Third, time, place. आपको देखना पड़ेगा. Lastly, you have to go by this. You have to start with subject, then verb, then you have to look at the tense, फिर the, and उसके बाद time, place को देख के आपको prepositions डालना पड़ेगा in and on. Many people they follow the wrong pattern. They'll start with punctuation. They'll forget this, or they'll start with articles. वो लोग tense भूल जाएंगे. Start with the verb and the subject, फिर verb and tense, whether they are matching or not. By this I mean dancing. She was dancing, then she will rest. That does not make sense. You have to say she was dancing and after that she was resting. It has to sound like that. Then it's articles, time, place, prepositions, punctuations, and lastly, confusing words. That's something you have to look at the last. Now, if you go through the questions again, PYQs में जो थे, there is no question of my failing in the examination. Normal में, when we speak, this sounds normal. But actually, if you go by the grammar, there is no question of me failing. So the thing that is wrong here is me failing in this examination. This becomes wrong, it will be me. Second, to transport goods by sea is cheaper than land. इसमें क्या गलत है? It seems correct, but first thing, before going into the rules, read this and try to find out आपको किसमें क्या गलत लग रहा है. Most of the time, many people go by no errors. Don't directly jump to option D. Read this once or twice. To transport goods by sea is cheaper than land. इसमें they are doing a mistake. यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं to transport goods by sea. Sea is cheaper than land. You have to make sure by sea, by land. It has to match. तो आपको यहाँ पे add करना पड़ेगा that by land. अब ये सब जो मैंने rules बताया था उसमें ये आ जाते हैं. The thing that I said, verbs have to match with tenses. Regulate is a verb. First read it. आपको कुछ गलती लगे, then you can directly tick it and recheck it. आपको कुछ गलती नहीं लगे, then follow the rules. Duties of a policeman are regulating the traffic, investigating crime, and to contain antisocial elements. इसमें this is continuous. So you have to remove this and you have to write and containing. Normally when we speak, this sounds normal. Grammar mein you have to make sure of all this. Containing, regulating, investigating, all of them sounds a bit better than before. Same, there is no question of my feeling. My feeling seems correct, but actually it's wrong. It's me feeling. Grammar में और जब हम बात करते हैं, the English is completely different. So you have to consider that. And as I had told you before, you are not supposed to. Familiarity trap, that we know the answer will be correct. You have to avoid that, and you have to be slowed down in your approach to the questions. Thank you.